Hey guys, this is DFD, aka Dark Frozen Depths, with Criss Chronicles Sagas Part 5. Now, this is the last part for this first continent, which is saying something because we've been at it for a while. However, what this means is this is the last area you will have to do storyline-wise in order to continue through the game. There is another area which is blocked off by them boulders earlier, but we won't be able to go through there for a while. Because even after it's available to actually go through, you still want to raise your stats of it because enemies there are quite strong. Even right now, I get completely destroyed. But speaking of stats and everything, everybody's been boosted up a little bit. Some people have managed to get to their level 20 stuff, which is a little bit worth showing. For example, learning their skills. You can see their abilities have now been filled up with a lot more things, which includes one of their stronger skills. We also start learning skills like Mana Flow and Blood Flow. Now, while they do cost certain things, they will reduce the opposite cost, because things will either cost HP or MP, not both, just one or the other. Blood Flow sacrifices some MP to give you a buff that will reduce the HP cost to lose, while Mana Flow will do the opposite, HP for MP cost. And then learning your spells, you now have access to every spell in the book now at level 20. That's if you have the MP and you've learned it. But CP costs are getting quite expensive. As you can see, tens of thousands, 15s of thousands, you can rack it up in your level. It's not that hard. Plus defeating bosses give you CP anyways, whether you're in an active party or not. Except for the Abyssal Soul artifacts, they will not give you CP for winning the fight. But here's a nice little spell called Revigor. As you can see, fully restores somebody's HP. Very expensive on MP, you only use a certain amount of times just like the EX versions. You have Restores, which cure status elements. You have your Revives. You got your deaths, your status stuff, which is standard. This is one that's been unlocked for a little bit too, once you hit level 20. But Blessing. It acts as if you've used Strengthen, Toughen, Energize, Resist, and Reflect. It acts if you actually use all 5 of those at once. Less MP cost than the others, but unlike them, it's only for one ally, not for the entire group. You also have Dispel and Debilitate, because here's what it does. Debilitate will sit and use all the stat down abilities like Weaken, Wither, Dampen, Sloth. It will actually combine all of those. It will weaken all enemies, but at a slower time than normal, meaning that normally they get weakened for about 5 turns, this one only lasts 3. And Dispel just removes all their buffs. But you have access to the elemental spells. This is by far the most damaging one for Narissa, which is Sky Lasers, which is a very high-powered light-based attack. You'll start seeing this used a lot by enemies later on. But right now they're currently using either Light Burst or Holy Blast. You should learn them yourself and use them if you can. Everybody's MP is pretty up there, so you can actually do that. There's of course the Inverse Bursts and stuff. If somebody actually has a little bit more potency, like say Maya or Luna, they can use elemental spells across the board. As you can see, Torrent, Tornado, Rock, all those. But they also have higher versions of these non-elemental spells. Explosion being practically the level 3 version of it. Inverse versus all enemies, these two are one target. But Explosion is going to be the most damaging one you'll have right now for the time being. You will eventually get to another one once you get Maya or Luna to level 20. But that one is very costing. But since it ignores defense, it's definitely one of the most strongest magic spells in the game. And it will be the bane of your existence when used against you, even at higher levels. So you gotta be careful. But with that said, let's continue on. There's there's now some more stuff in the shops. And this one's a trademark Tsundere shop owner, just for anime tropes. There is a bit of elements of anime in the game. You'll notice if you've actually been doing some of the sad story things, which happen to be the sad events. There's no special things where you have to really hunt stuff down just yet. Now, one thing you might have noticed that isn't in this shop that the last one had is a large all-up. This is because I made it so you have to backtrack in order to get that powerful item. This is going to force you to use these large items or just a regular all-up if you can't do it. But considering that the large versions are 10 times stronger than the original, you might want to use them. And then there's some more stuff in the shop, which includes this little item right here. Very, very, very expensive, but very, very powerful. It says, sacrifices your magical capability for your physical to get increased. What this means is your MP will be rooted to 0. Your magic abilities, meaning your magic attack, your magic stat, and your endurance stat, they will be at 0. But what it does is spike your physical ones, meaning your strength and defense will go way up, your HP will go way up, and then on top of that, you'll do a lot of multiple hits. This is a very good item to use with somebody that's more standard for attacks. So if you have somebody built that way, that's a good thing to put on them. And it might be worth getting a luck bell at this point, but keep in mind that somebody has to wear it, so you'll end up losing a growth necklace in the process if you try to do that. As I said, classic Tsundere. There's some funny events that goes on in here too, but I'm not going to trigger those. As I've said a few times before, if you really want to see the events and stuff, you're going to have to go through it yourself, unfortunately. But this is just made to be as fast as possible because, as you've seen from previous videos, they're actually quite long, just skipping some events. Actually going through to slow down the events and everything would probably make this about 3 times longer. But as you search through the hotel, there's quite a few items up here. Some are really worth getting, like that full restore elixir from this chest. Mass revival potions is always worth it because you're not going to be able to buy those for a long time. Not to mention, if you do not have access to EX Revive, you're going to want those. Because if more than one character gets knocked out, it's just faster. You get them all up at once. But this is the main reason why you're here. This is what you need to remember. This is an air travel center. This is your way between continents. But unfortunately, it's closed because it needs an item. Typical standard, you get blocked, something's in your way, go fix it, yada yada yada. But it tells you to go to the electric Catacombs. Now, what I said before was that you wouldn't see those snake enemies anymore. That's because these enemies now inhabit the last little section of the area, but there's also another enemy that jumps into some of your groups. That's the one where you might need to raise your stats for, but I wasn't really worried about it too much. Also, there's the fact that sometimes when you use attacks, it might cause the game to slow a little bit. I have not found a good way to fix this, unfortunately, so you may have to deal with it. Especially when there's a lot of enemies on screen. It seems a little anti-lag scripts aren't doing what they should do, so I have to find a way to fix them or see if I can get some updated ones. But those orcs are the reasons why you might need to increase your stats a little bit. And oh look, their normal attacks aren't even damaging. But this is where Anchor's Burst comes in pretty handy. So if a character is capable of learning some skills that hit all enemies instead of magic spells, it might be worth getting those because their MP costs are typically lower than what the magic spells will be. Magic spells are indeed stronger, but they are more expensive. And then the really damaging skills are really expensive. You will not be able to use all your attack-based skills like both deadly attacks, both super attacks, and both heavy attacks without destroying your MP. It's just set up that way. But because of how some of these spells and abilities work, that's why you'll see different types of MP costs just completely rise to absurd levels when you start getting them much higher. For example, using the attack ability on Aerie now, a long while back it was only in the hundreds, and now its deadly attack is about 3,000 and counting. Again, it's based on the percentage of your maximum MP. So when your max MP goes up, that's how it is. If you really want to sip and save your MP costs the most, you're going to need to get your MP as high as possible. But the ones that take a certain percentage, you're just stuck with those unless you have some way or some item that helps with it. But yeah, they come here for the energy egg. There's a few treasure chests off to the side, nothing too important except for the revival elixir and the mass revival potion. And this area only has 2 floors, but it's a very, very big area with a huge maze. You want to actually go through and get as many of these items as you can because a lot of them are worth it. But just for the sake of speed, I'm going to avoid as many fights as I can. I will not skip ahead on this video because it's the only area and I intend on finishing it in one video. But this is where the significance of the auto dash actually helps out. Because normally you would have to hold the shift button down on that, and sometimes it can trigger something called sticky keys, so it's annoying. You know about your computer sticky keys in some weird little setting about it. And I intentionally caused that because it's a little bit faster just to hit them with a physical instead of trying to hit all the buttons and wait for the animation. If anybody trying to speedrun this, speedrun strats right there. And a little bit unknown, but sometimes the follow-up does not trigger. This tends to happen when a surviving enemy isn't one you would normally target at the start. You can't pick a target when hitting every enemy at once, but the one that was originally going to be the first target you could select, as if you tried to hit a normal attack, the first one on the list would probably be the one to trigger it. For example, Thunderslime 8 will be the one that actually triggered that, but if it dies in this wide swing, chances are you will not be able to do it again. However, skills are unlimited unless stated otherwise. And that's what makes some skills like wide swing very potent. You're really trying to speed up through things and not worry about the follow-ups, simply just mash a button. It will cause a fail. Going to be kind of tricky to navigate past enemies at some point. Just narrow passages. Needless to say, there's an area with a lot of narrow passages. I do not intend to use skip this fight, just to make it harder. Also, another thing that's noticed is the fact that when there's a lot of action gauges that are near full, it's hard to tell who has what, so try to remember what each of your characters have. When those action gauges are near each other, it's hard to tell whose turn is what. You might use Kazuka thinking that it's his turn, when it might be Ares. Stuff like that. Main thing is keep your eye on MP, because if your stats are around mine at this point, then MP is the only problem. You won't have to worry about damage until the boss. Even then, you can do a quick little heal. It should also be noted that Restriction Hold and Spirit Binding are very, very strong magic spells. Even though you have magic attack versus magic defense on them, they're almost as damaging as the spells like Magic Blast and Inverse Burst. Actually, for a second. There's a lot of stuff to remember about this game. Even I don't remember everything, and I'm the one making it. If you really want to speed these fights up, break out Conceal and spam water spells. That rationality herb is something that cures confusion. You might get hit with confusion, but you might not. Now, if you have the growth necklace, this isn't too bad of a point to actually try and get level 25 so you can unlock the ultimate skills. But, like I said, expensive cost. And I'm not going to spoil the cost for you until you actually see it come up on my screen. Because someone is bound to hit level 25 pretty soon. Between this boss fight and the ASA. Because I'm going to keep the same party throughout the entire thing. But this is another one of those jumping puzzles. To compensate for the enemies being so clustered in that little small corridor, this one has a lot of space to move around. Metaphorically speaking. When you're jumping, enemies aren't able to move on the map. So the more time you stay airborne, the less they move. If you really want an opportunity to jump back and forth between two platforms, and you'll be able to keep them there until you can think of a strategy to get past them. Keep in mind that this little mechanic to try and avoid enemies, you will need it later on because of the fact that if you're going after the ultimate stuff in the game, then you will not, and I repeat, will not survive the fights in the area to get that stuff. They're specifically made to kill you. So with that said, you will not be able to survive that, and you have to learn how to avoid enemies on the map. That or save often just in case something does touch you. But oh look, this guy looks familiar, doesn't he? Before we even face him, we're gonna say, if your stats are like the first time you fought him, you probably will end up beating him. But it's best just to overload the guy. Right before he turns into a dragon. And he really does fight like before. It's just the fact that his stats are a little bit higher. And one of his attacks has been upgraded. He will use deadly attack against you in here. We're going to use it on him. And that did 1,000,000 damage because of a critical hit. At this point in the game, if you haven't been fighting abyssal artifacts, 1,000,000 damage is an insta-kill. Unless you're facing one of those gargoyles that are rare. And yes, he killed himself. Wanna know why? You'll find out when you play. But he dropped their energy egg and some other little special item that will have key significance later. Hence why Narissa was just glowing right there. But you won't get to see significance in that in the demo, unfortunately. I will have that in a pool game, and you'll have to play that when it's finished. Unfortunately, this can take a while because of the fact that I haven't had too many opportunities to work on this game, so it's going to run a little bit slower just to try and get the full thing out. I may just shorten it in order to speed things up, but if I do, I will make sure without a doubt that everything is balanced, because if you are going to rush a game, shorten it, but don't leave it with crappy controls and mechanics. Nobody likes that. Look at Sonic 06. Or Sonic Boom. Sega apparently hasn't learned that and made that mistake twice. And then there's the classic one that everybody knows what. Even though my game is free, I'd rather not see it neglected because of the fact that it has something that makes it total crap. As I said, I'll try to balance out a lot more stuff and everything. But I don't intend on nerfing these attack abilities either. But there was one point when balancing this where I made everything end up being practically a damage race, where even normal attacks did a lot of damage. Interesting concept, but it's not a good one because it's way more luck-based that way. Now also when you keep in mind too, when you do end up using a lot of these characters as well, there are a few things that I haven't mentioned about them where it can affect how they are in a fight. But those you're gonna have to find out on your own. And it is a little bit related to their weapons as well. like I said, they'll get better weapons as we go along as well. There's 4 tiers of weapons that you'll get. One of the upgrades is actually coming soon, but it's still going to be a while away. Because it happens on the second continent, but on a certain portion of it. Sorry if my voice sounds like it's getting a little bit dry. I've actually been talking for a while. It's a little unknown is the fact that sometimes when I record, I might do badly when I'm recording in one shot. This and the previous 4 parts have actually been recorded the same day. I'm just posting them at different points. There are people getting close to the level 25 point. That one is the one you want to watch out for, because that's where enemies are pretty much going to get stronger. Because when you actually require being a level 25 to have enough speed to take on these guys, enemies there are going to be quite dangerous. And I really do recommend being level 25 at the start of the second continent. But by the time you literally do need level 25, it will be around the time when you're getting very close to that area called the Sky Garden. That little ice ability called Blizzard just now doesn't really look too much like anything special. It really is. Because again, elemental damage and whatnot. Enemies are extraordinarily weak in water, but that's not the only weakness it has. The area can use a light swing so much she's actually getting long enough. Interestingly enough, she's a little bit faster than Luna right now. In fact, if you look at the stats too, everybody is actually at around 120-ish to 150. That's more than double the speed they had at the beginning of the game, and this is just level 25. Imagine when you're level 300. There, he doesn't have enough FP, but doesn't lose another one. But we are almost at the area, so that's enough to do random flight style. The rest will be easier stuff. Unfortunately, first normal attack that actually damaged somebody for a while. fact that their speed is always going to be higher than yours at the start, if you're in the same level you should be facing them. But it doesn't necessarily mean that gives them an advantage. But now that everybody's all healed up, there is a pond nearby, but I'd rather not walk around that way if I don't have to. But this fight is actually different. So this one isn't like the Azazel fight. She's got her own little mechanics. This is the first time you'll face her Crystal Soul that's like that. Really, that's not even doing too much there, as you can see. Unfortunately, Silver has missed again. Silver has its own chance of actually being able to work, but it's dependent on a few things. I guarantee that if you are not strong enough, this will be the first time you will actually see your attacks run out. Remember, I am much stronger than normal. In fact, this is big enough for me, so why do you have to do this? Oversoul. So I guarantee you the fact that you will end up using all your daily attacks, all your super attacks, all your heavy attacks. You are not, and I repeat, are not as strong as I am. If you are stronger, you'll use it less obviously. But if you're not as strong as me, you will be able to burn them fast. And she'll still have quite a bit of health. But her damage is still quite manageable. But that's because this boss was designed to actually be fought at half the stats I have. But that's another main thing about this game. The fact that you actually could fight bosses a lot earlier than you should and a lot later. It's up to you to find out when. But you now got your third tier item first off, Super All-Ups, which are even stronger than the large. Super Ups are the strongest you will find of any variant except for the All-Ups. And apparently there's items I did not get. That's the thing I mentioned about the map blending. Sometimes you don't notice and sometimes you do. Even I can't remember everything that's placed in this game because there's thousands of items, hundreds of abilities, lots of different areas and whatnot. It's hard to keep track of it all. But with that said, we're going to save the shop for another time. And we're going to just advance to the next continent for a quick little glimpse. The energy egg is now installed. You can fly anywhere you want to. That's available. Because there's 2 other continents that you did not unlock at this point. But you're now in the commerce section just that quickly. Because it seems magic skips you. But at this point you'll begin to see unfinished content. Bear in mind that this is a demo. More content will be released later in the finished product. That's pretty much what that's saying. You also have access to a few things that are not originally intended to be in the main game, so keep that in mind. But this is one of them that's intended to be there. This new shop. The large stuff is back now. You can buy all the brooches you want. You can buy a lot of the status things. You can buy the mage's hat, the brawler's gloves. The Raw's gloves let you hit more than one normal hit. And there's your demon rage, which I almost have enough money for. But selling off a lot of this stuff is gonna help. As I now have millions. Keyword millions. Which gives me enough to give a grocery necklace to everyone and not have to worry about switching that ever again. There's still the matter of getting the wind brooch for Terra. Now, this is going to be the setup for a long time coming. That's going to be on everybody. For the sake of speed running and whatnot, these are the best items to have for the time being. But with that said, everybody's all statted up. There's a few more things to check out. For example, the whole thing is varying a little bit, and then there's a lot of areas you just can't walk into. They are not set. And however, something important. While you can rest here, advancing all the way up to the next top floor. Which is a little bit of back and forth. There's this woman. If you have that amount of theta, you can actually get past. I'm about a third of the way there just by doing the main game. But when you get enough, there's a lot of very good items back here. That's why it's worth that 10 million. They actually cost more than the 10 million that you would actually spend to get past her. So in retrospect, you can actually make money off that, but you're probably going to want to use all the items that you see up there. Especially one of them, which happens to be there in multiple chests. And now with that, there's a new, much wider continent. And you have to learn which way to go. First off, the ways that are blocked off mean that there's something there later on. This is the one you're going to have to get past first. You can't get past that guy until way later on. He's only there as a placeholder. Intended for demo purposes only. There's something here, but you're not going to be able to do that. But the main thing is trying to head down this way. This is programmed for everything. Also, the first one can change as well. Each continent tends to have its own little fight music, except for one area in this little part of the continent, which will have its own fight music for there too. But these are the new enemies you'll be facing. And I'm actually on par with these guys. I'm a little bit stronger than I need to be to face them, but I am literally on par with these guys. But as I said, some characters actually finally got to their level 25 or whatever. This is what I was talking about when it came to learning their ultimates. They have some special moves and whatnot, but this is what the ultimate is. It's going to cost almost all their HP to use, but the CP cost is the max amount you can hold. You will have to grind your way all the way up to almost 1 million CP in order to learn those abilities. So good luck with that. You'll be saving up a lot of CP for a whole bunch of boss fights and leveling, or just luck out and fight the the enemy, the herpy just to get a lot of it. Well, not herpy, it's on team. But that's not programmed just yet either. But this is the area where you get rid of that little dispersal block, which we'll be doing next time. So with that, this has been DFD with more of Criss Chronicles Sagas, and I will see you again in the next part. Take care.